Hey you guys, what's up? It is Christian and Corey from Super Comic Guru, and we are in our brand new studio. We have brand new microphones, same camera, but you know, I'm excited to be here, right?
I
Corey?
am too. I love the new microphones, even though they're a little intrusive and they look like big fat Muppet dongs
In our face.
In our faces, objects may be closer than they appear, and I'm getting used to that. Just I have to be careful with how I control my arms because I'm very active, and I'm afraid I'm going to end up just punching the damn thing across the table.
Falcon punch. You know, Corey, it's okay. I think we'll get used to it, and maybe we'll figure out. We're all kind of learning this, so maybe we'll figure out a way to get it not so close to us. We'll see. But we look fucking professional, don't we, guys? That's
Damn straight.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We're important now. Okay, guys. Well, let's jump into Naruto. First of all, this is the part 3 of their big fight, and honestly, the action, hands down, amazing, right, Corey?
It's really great.
Yeah, it's like nothing to complain about there. Obviously, the talking to me is getting repetitive because we're now in part 3, and I feel like it's the same thing over and over again. Maybe some different flashbacks, but it's still good. I mean, what about the new attacks? What about that?
But before we get to the attacks, let's go ahead and talk about the talking portion of it again, because I'm in agreement with you that I do think it's the most boring part of this chapter. It's not bad per se, but again, it's just more of the same stuff that we've seen before, and it's just Sasuke demonstrating that he's like the extreme version of Naruto, where he's going to take on the burden of all of that hatred by literally going into the shadows himself and basically becoming the next evil Danzo. And
it is funny. He hated Danzo, and now he's slowly becoming him because he wants to control everything from the shadows or the root, you know. And he just thinks, if I just control everything and I'm the most powerful and I just tell everyone what to do, the world will be a better place because I know better. But he's going against the main theme of Naruto, which means he's going to lose, which is everyone comes together and everything works out. And once you go against that, you lose in Naruto. So I think we're seeing that happen. And also the thing at the end where Naruto was saying something along the lines of, I really want to fight you, but not the you right now. And you were pointing out that's a lot like Kakashi no Bito. And yeah,
it's very similar to that because they went through the whole the current version of Obito. Kakashi knew that the old version of Obito was no longer in existence anymore, and so he could only end Obito in that form. But it sort of goes back in line with the whole Naruto doesn't want to have to fight against Sasuke because he doesn't want to fight him to the death. He still sees him as a friend. He still sees him as a comrade. And it's very similar to the relationship between Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, where Goku fights for sport, for camaraderie.
To see his limits.
Exactly, to test his skills. Whereas you have Vegeta, who's all about, the Prince of Saiyans, killing
dominating.
And, ruling with an iron fist. And you can definitely see the dynamic like that between Naruto and Sasuke. But that's something that's, always been sort of prevalent in the series. But, the talking this week, is just meant to sort of amplify the intensity of the fight and to make you care about the characters a little bit more and reflect on them just to see how much they've changed. But let's talk about that action. It was awesome.
Sasuke uses the power of the tailed beast. But he doesn't take on the chakra natures, which I thought was interesting because I was like, oh man, he's going to shoot like magma arrows and stuff like that. But he didn't really do that. He just made this giant Susanoo, which looks like it has a human being inside of it made. We were saying it's probably lightning and it's like thinner and sleeker. And I can't really tell if it's bigger, but I don't really think it is. And, well, it's badass. It's awesome. It's awesome to see his new form.
It's like a more condensed form of Susanoo with a few brand new powers. And that's the thing I was most excited about this chapter, because in the previous chapter, it was pretty much all techniques that we've seen before, just amplified to monstrous abilities. And this week, we're seeing a lot of new stuff. I didn't expect him to suddenly bring down the meteorites that contained the Bijuu and use their power. And I love the look of the new form, because it basically is like a demon form of Sasuke. It actually has a very similar outfit to what he wears, and I think that's really fitting. And it's kind of cool, just the fact that you have these like big monster versions of both Naruto and Sasuke fighting each other, because Naruto's using Kurama, but he's also using his clones and everything, and even combining Kurama into this multi-armed beast which can shoot like 3 Bijuu bombs at once. And I especially love the scene where they both clash at each other and you can see them erupting into the sky, total Dragon Ball Z style explosions, boom boom boom.
Yeah.
It's just it's really exciting. Although I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is just another one of those chapters that's just, it's going to benefit so much from being in the anime.
Yeah, when we were looking at some of the action scenes and reviewing the manga, I was just like, what's going on there? And I had to like stare at it for a while. And I think manga suffers from that sometimes. Like sometimes you're looking at it and you're like, I'm not really sure what's happening. I mean, I can see in the next panel someone gets punched, or blah blah blah, but the action will be way more clear and obviously way more dramatic with the music and the animation and stuff like that.
But I mean, you know that one scene where Naruto's creating clones of Kurama and just suddenly surrounding Sasuke Susanoo? It was one massive panel and a few smaller panels of him just continuously punching and blocking, and it looks really cool in the manga form. The artwork is really great. It's just this is another one of those scenes that's just going to benefit from the intensity of the animation and just seeing it from different angles, the camera sweeps. It's going to be really exciting and explosive, and I'm so amped to see this final battle in the anime because considering that it is going to be the final battle of the series, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to get their best people to work on it, and that alone makes it exciting. But not just Sasuke doing new techniques. We do have Naruto, who, of course, combined the Kuramas into each other with the multi-arms, and he's doing, like, a double Rasen Shuriken. He has one of his traditional ones, and he has one that's created, I believe, like you said, from a Bijuu bomb.
It's like a Bijuu bomb Rasen Shuriken. And the other thing is, the reason he was able to make the giant standard Rasen Shuriken is because he had one of his, like, beast mode, Kurama beast mode people, the one that got slammed into the ground by Sasuke sitting there.
That was another really great panel.
Yeah, like gathering natural energy. And it's like, oh, okay, so Naruto may be running out of, like, beast chakra because you saw, like, the Kurama's faces are, like, half fading. So obviously he's running out of chakra. But he has more techniques. And we've seen in the past with at least Hashirama that Sage Mode can be real damaging. I mean, it's not a something to poo-poo or something. You know, it's actually, like, a pretty good technique.
I think that's honestly what's going to give Naruto the edge in this battle is just his mastery of Sage Mode and that combined with Kurama's abilities. Because I did think that was a nice twist because, like you said, there was that one scene where the one Kurama clone was slammed into the ground, and I loved that panel because they followed up on it. You got they panned out and showed the battlefield, and you could see a massive explosion erupting into the sky. It was really exciting, and then it was such a classic move from Naruto to use his ninja-nuity to actually use that clone to gather the Sage Chakra so that he could attack. And, of course, the chapter ends in a predictable manner with both Naruto and Sasuke charging at each other with massive techniques. But it's really exciting. And what I loved most about this chapter, and something that really shocked me about a lot of the comments last week, is that everybody thought the battle was over last week.
No, that's not.
No way.
No.
It's not even over yet. I still think there's going to be at least one more chapter of explosive action and maybe some new stuff. Considering we're getting so close to the finale.
Don't we have just like 3 weeks left or 3 chapters?
3 or 4, I think.
3 to 4 chapters left.
This is 696.
Okay, we got to at least have.
I think we have 3 left.
So we need at least one more chapter to finish this fight, and then maybe 2 to wrap up the series.
Oh my God, that's not enough time.
It's not enough time. We need like I really wanted.
I don't want to admit that, but I just don't think there's going to be enough time to wrap up everything. Unless those final 2 chapters are like double the length of a normal chapter. And even then, I'm still a little like skeptical about how they're going to wrap up everything so perfectly because I want an epilogue of the show. I want to see what's going to happen later. And, you know, we have that new Naruto movie coming out.
What about if they like, here's just a hypothetical. What about if they released like every chapter from now on was like 40 pages? So it's
that
like
would be great. You know, I would love that. But even then, like I said, I'd like to see double-length chapters for the last couple. But even with that, it
might not be enough.
It just might not be, especially because, you know, I think the pacing of this fight is good because there is dialogue and there is a little bit of flashback. But for the most part, it's just, you know, a no-holds-barred fight.
Yeah,
and they're just throwing down, and they've been doing that for the last 2 chapters so far. So I hope it translates into something really well next week. You know, I still think there's a few more techniques. They're charging at each other. I don't think it's going to end right there.
There's no way Sasuke is going to pull from the tailed beasts once, and that's it, and only shoot one kind of technique. I bet he's going to like come up with some other stuff.
Because I actually like the fact that you brought up he wasn't like shooting magma arrows or anything.
No, that's
a really great point because he could draw from their power and create all of these really awesome elemental techniques.
But at the same time, maybe he can't because that's kind of a Naruto thing. You know, like Naruto interfaces with people in a different way.
It's really muddy too because the whole thing with Sharingan and Rinnegan is like they can control the beasts, but to what full degree? What I will say is this was a really exciting battle, and I'm really enjoying the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke. It's getting me really excited for the final anime version of it, and I just loved all the artwork this week. I loved the impact of the attacks with Kurama slamming into the ground, and just the new look of Sasuke's Susanoo. I'm not surprised. There's always different versions of Susanoo who keep popping up, and I liked the whole transformation where the meteorites they came out of the sky, the chakra sucked into his back, his face of his old Susanoo just like exploded with power, and then suddenly you have this new version, which I believe you mentioned that it reminded you of the final form of Gurren Lagann from the movie version.
Yeah, the mech. It looks like the galaxy, or I don't know, maybe it's bigger than the galaxy mech.
It's like Super Galaxy Mega Gurren Lagann. I forgot the name of it, but it's really awesome. But,
and that just also makes the point, if you've never seen Gurren Lagann and you've seen Kill la Kill, go check it out, because it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your face off, actually.
Yeah, and it's almost kind of hard to tell, too, because like the body that's made out of chakra, like that could be electricity. That could literally be the Bijuu's chakra itself, which has been wrapped up in Susanoo. There's so many possibilities for that, and I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. It's just so exciting. Yeah. I'm really enjoying this final battle right now. So
rating
this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I'm going to say 4 out of 5.
I want to say 5.
You want to say 5?
I really do, because I'm really digging it. Because
it's a free country.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. You can give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 5 this week, but only because I'm really enjoying the battle a lot. I think the flashbacks are not intrusive, and that's only because I've been expecting them. I always pictured in the back of my mind the final battle of Naruto and Sasuke was going to be really intense, and everything was going to be exploding around them, and every once in a while they would intercut to these scenes of them when they were younger, just to amplify the tension.
Of course.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
And as long as it's nice and quick, I'm fine with that. And the stuff at the beginning when they were in the hyperbolic time chamber world, they didn't spend a lot of time there, and they got through it real quick.
Didn't solve any problems either.
They also no.
Yeah.
And Naruto does need to realize he's going to have to really just start communicating with his fists a little bit more. I think that's the only way to get through to Sasuke at this point. Although who knows, there could be a huge twist for the finale of this battle. According to Kishimoto, he said it's going to end in a way that a lot of people don't expect. I can't wait to see how that's going to happen.
They're both going to make out. Sorry, I had to, guys. I'm sorry.
And I can't wait to see how it's going to tie into the final Naruto movie, The Last. I cannot wait to see how that's going to connect.
I'm very excited because, not to drag this out anymore, but like Naruto's hand being bandaged in that artwork, it leaves us to imagine that they're both going to leave with some pretty big, physical impacts. And for Naruto to get hurt that bad that he can't heal from it is pretty interesting.
It is. I mean, he's used techniques in the past where he's used... I remember when he used Rasen Shuriken for the first time, like that actually would break his arm or like harm it really bad whenever he used it for the first time. He might be using a more upgraded version of that we've never seen before. Maybe that's like the final hit. And I don't even know if they've shown this yet. They've shown some of the character artwork, and some of it has been brand new in color. Sasuke's character, they've shown like face shots of him. I don't know if they've shown any full body shots. If they have, please tell me if you've seen them in the comments below.
Frontal.
But I don't know if he has like any damage on his actual body, just like Naruto. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm sure it's going to end with one big final clash.
Well, I enjoyed this chapter. I hope you guys did too. Please leave your comments down below about what you thought, and like and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet. We also have an Amazon link that you can use every time you buy something. It helps out our channel. And anything else, Corey?
Just please tell us what you guys thought about this chapter. Who do you want to win in the final battle of Naruto and Sasuke? And do you want to see more Naruto in the future? There's actually this countdown site that was just put up that's really teasing a brand new Naruto project. And it might even be a project unrelated to Naruto, but it might even be just related to what Kishimoto is working on. But it's still a complete mystery at this point. What do you guys want to see from that? And do you want to see anything more from Naruto The Last, how that's going to tie into the finale of the series? Otherwise, just continue to check out our channel. We have a lot of awesome anime and manga reviews coming out. We're always working on Bleach. We're reviewing a lot of hot new shows right now, like Gundam Build Fighters, Parasite the Maxim, which is a great, gruesome Halloween show. So check out all that stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. Super Kami Guru 9000, out.